It's Positively Muskegon, brought to you by Joe Bush for Judge. It is Andy O'Reilly down here at the Safe Harbor Christian Ministries. You know that face. We've seen him once or twice here on the blog. Bob Teslowitz, Father Bob Teslowitz, is here at Safe Harbor Christian Ministries. First met you in the Heights.
Right.
Then we moved out to North Muskegon. Now we're here.
We're here.
And he promises me that he's not going to be with that old college friend that moves every 3 weeks.
This is it.
This is it.
The last hurrah.
Tell me the mission down here at the new place. Well, this is the old radio station.
It is. It is. Yeah, I noticed. In fact, my office is the whatever DJ booth or something.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything left over?
No.
Oh, rat. Buy all the classic equipment off you.
Yeah, it's all gone.
I'll start a radio station of my own.
That's right.
Hey, I've done that, haven't I? Yeah. Anyway, so talk about the new name, the new location, and the new mission. What you got going on here?
Well, this is going to be, really, it's the same. It's always the same philosophy of helping people,
Sure.
taking care of people who need help and assistance, but this time we're really concentrating on neighborhoods.
Okay.
We want to have the kids come in. We're still going to have our game day, which is
Yep.
wildly popular on
Yep.
Saturdays.
Yep.
But this time we're going to offer tutoring.
Okay.
We're going to offer anti-bullying programs.
Okay.
You're
big on that.
Yes, always big on that.
Yeah.
We want to offer art, music, different things that kids can't afford.
Sure.
A lot of kids can't afford, but it's good for their self-esteem. Basically, our whole philosophy is to be a STEAM building.
Yep.
Because I think if you can take kids and give them, help them achieve a good self-esteem, well, then they're not going to get bullied,
Right.
because they're not going to pay any attention to whoever
Right,
bullied them.
right.
They're not going to want to think about suicide because life is on a good track and they're
Yep.
going someplace. And if they have problems, that they know where they can come. And not that we're going to solve all the problems, but we're going to try to solve a lot of them and use. And Muskegon has tremendous resources.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the resources in a town this size.
They're everywhere.
I mean, it's really great. It's really great.
So the grand opening's coming up. What can we expect with the grand opening down? I mean, what you've done with the place is really kind of pretty nice up here.
Yeah, thanks. It is. Yeah, we've been got in here about the 20th, I think, of July, and the opening is this Wednesday, from noon to 6.
Okay.
And we're just gonna have some light refreshments and
Cool.
brochures and give people a tour, let them see what we're doing.
Cool.
We've got a lot of good things. I think education is really key. Every year we ask schools to do more and more with less and less resources.
Sure.
So we're going to have after-school program, after-school tutoring from 3:30 to 6,
Okay.
Monday through Friday. I've got student volunteers. I've got a reading specialist who's going to be here every Tuesday and Thursday from 4 to 6. We're going to have a library here, a lending library for adults and students.
Cool.
Our game day, of course, as I said, on Saturdays, and that's always a good thing.
Sure. Sure.
A nice, safe environment for kids to come up in, play games, get to know each other.
Talk a little bit about, and I don't want to develop this into this big controversial thing or anything like that, but these moves that you've had over the last year. I mean, in the Heights, maybe not attracting the right audience, and as much as I don't fear the Heights or anybody in the Heights, there's a stigma.
Right.
And I think some people are afraid.
Yeah.
Which is uncalled for. I really believe that in my heart. North Muskegon, you ran into a little bit of resistance with some different mindsets.
More than a little bit.
Yeah, well, but I mean, you seem to keep rolling with the punches.
Always.
And you seem to keep coming. And I don't want to say you're coming back for more, but there's a resilience here.
Right.
Talk to me about that resilience. What drives you?
Well, I think it's pretty basic. For me being a priest, it's pretty simple of Jesus saying, this is what I'm commanding you.
Yeah.
You need to love one another.
Yeah.
You need to take care of the poor. You need to feed the hungry. You need to look out for each other. It's very simple as far as I'm concerned, and that's my thrust in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is that this is what we're commanded to do, and it doesn't matter if somebody's Christian or not. I don't care if they're Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, Islamic, whatever. Everybody's welcome here.
Yeah.
We want to help people out. And I think that the way that we're going to, again, I'm huge on bullying, and I know a lot of people, every time you bring up bullying, it's bullying, we've heard about that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they actually haven't, because they don't really understand what bullying is.
Right, right.
Bullying is a really intense, severe thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just this, somebody knocks you in the hallway or something.
Right.
It's being a target, and it's a horrible thing.
And it's not like back, and we've talked about this too, in the past. I came home after being bullied once or twice, and you know what? You got a paddling for being bullied, and you didn't go back and you didn't get bullied anymore. It doesn't go that way anymore.
No,
It really
no,
has. And
it
there's so
doesn't.
many different ways. It's not just that kid on the bus.
Right. Oh,
that,
no.
you know, had. Well, I was in the 2nd grade, but I busted his glasses good for him.
Yeah, social media.
He was in the 7th.
You know, you look at what's going on in Facebook and all
Oh,
that. In
yeah.
fact, I was just somebody just before you got here, they just cued me in on, hey, listen, you got to go to this site and look at this stuff. Oh my God! I mean, people are just vicious.
Really?
Absolutely vicious.
Why?
So-
Well, I mean, what gratification do people get out of that? I mean, you know a lot about this subject. What's the gratification?
Well, I think bullies are people who are hurting themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. I think their gratification is, they look tough in front of their friends.
Yeah.
It's one of these peer things.
That's it.
But inside themselves, they've got issues.
Yeah.
They have a lot of issues. And in fact, we're going to do a bullying transformation program, if you will. It's hard sometimes to get schools behind things because again, they do their program and that's enough, and nobody's asking them to do any more. But it's not always going to be effective.
Yeah.
So, you've got bullies in your school or in the neighborhood, send them here. We'll do a 6-week program, and I can guarantee you that 85% at least of those kids are going to leave here and they're not going to be bullies anymore.
Yeah. And it's going to be because you're not telling them what's bad about
Right.
bullying. You're going to find a way to build their self-esteem
Exactly.
up to let that thing go.
Exactly. And it's all has to be a really positive thing. And it's necessary.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep talking about bullying.
I know you are.
I don't care if people want to
I'm going to keep showing up and letting you keep talking about bullying. I'm good
going
with
to
that.
keep talking about it because it's a huge. I mean, just there was an article on the internet that said Michigan is #1.
Yeah.
In the nation for bullying, #1.
Number one.
But we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, why not? Why would you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we're bored with it. So
Crazy.
we're going to do our thing.
You're going to do your thing. Grand opening 12 to 6 on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Talk now. This building is massive. Is it all yours?
We have the top floor.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on down below you? Anything?
I think there's a couple different businesses down
Are
there.
there?
I think one moved out, another one's moving in, and
Yeah.
and the landlords here are amazing. Just
Really
amazing.
cool?
Best ones we've ever had.
Really?
Totally supportive. Said, man, this is going to be a good thing for the neighborhood. Serve the neighborhood, and come on. And they've just gone above and beyond to help out.
That is
Yeah.
a great thing to hear.
So it's nice, and when you get back to when we looked at the past, I remember when I first found that. What was it on Peck and Sherman?
Yeah.
Man, I was all excited about that.
Sure.
Because what people didn't understand is I had gone to a dozen businesses and say, well, here's what I want to do. Well, no, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't want that here. So,
Yeah.
and I liked it, but things turned kind of ugly in the town. And
Sure.
although they were always really nice to me, I never had any trouble down there.
Yeah.
And then we went to North Muskegon, and North Muskegon was more of, geez, this guy just doesn't shut up.
Not
we
here.
We don't want to hear about
Right.
suicide. We don't want to hear about substance abuse, heroin. We don't want to hear that stuff. Keep it away from us.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, really? So basically they kind of like invited us to leave town.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let us out of our lease and said, have a nice life. So then we came here, and from day one, the landlord was like, man, this is good. The neighborhood really needs something.
There
like
you
this."
have it, right there.
And I said, are you serious? He said, yeah. He said, man, whatever we can do to help out. He said, we'd love to be a part of that.
That's
Just
awesome.
serving people. They've been great.
Awesome thing.
Great.
So, is it a donation-driven thing?
Always.
People want to bring hot dogs for game night or
Yeah.
chips and snacks and all that stuff. You're still going to do all that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What else can they help you out with?
Well, we need volunteers, and people, I think, don't know how much power that they have themselves.
Yeah.
Come in and help some kids do their homework. Give them some attention.
Yep.
And I think that's a huge issue. In society, we've got to this point where in a lot of families, both parents are working, or there's only a one-parent family,
Yep.
and it's, they're trying to make ends meet. They don't have time to do everything, with their kids.
Yep.
And so, we want to help out because education isn't, nobody's going to say that education's not important.
Right.
Education is always going to be important, whether it's the textbook, whether it's tutoring, and
Life
people-
lessons.
Life lessons, and people have a lot to. There's a lot of people in this town. Every single person in Muskegon County has something to offer.
Yeah.
Every single person. So,
That's a good thought.
and we can put it to use here.
And you don't stop.
I don't stop.
I love that. Tenacity, right there. It's right at the corner of Crowley and Laketon, down here, the old WLCS building. Kind of historic view. I mean, we taking a look down this street. It's to me, if you look out this window, the way it's curved around the building and
Yeah.
everything, it's almost a historical viewpoint.
Bus stops right in front.
You know, I mean, a bus stop, yeah, but I mean, you think of what went on here when this building was built and the purpose for it.
Right.
And how much different Muskegon was back then and what much more of a main thoroughfare this was. It still is a main thoroughfare, don't get me wrong, but this was clearly part of the city center at one point.
Used to be a dairy here.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an amazing view and amazing place. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you.
We'll keep. Yeah, you know what? If you're gonna move again, holler. We'll
We're not
come.
moving
We'll show
again.
up. You're not moving again.
No,
All right.
This is it. You've got it on tape. We are not moving again.
Safe Harbor Christian Ministries. We've got all the links right here on Positively Muskegon. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you're doing.
Thank you.
You bet.